My name is Savannah Reed. And on my sister's wedding day, my father raised his glass in front of over 200 guests and said, "Every family has one disappointment. In ours, that's Savannah." Flushed heartbreak. The room exploded with awkward laughter. My mother smiled. My sister looked away. And I sat there fighting tears while being publicly humiliated by the people who were supposed to love me most. But then, my phone vibrated. Just one text message, one sentence, and within the next 15 minutes, the entire wedding would stop. Because the family disgrace they mocked was about to become the most important person in the room. My name is Savannah Reed. I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina. To outsiders, my family looked perfect. Beautiful house, successful parents, popular younger sister. But behind closed doors, things were different. Especially for me, my parents loved comparing their daughters. And unfortunately, I always lost. My younger sister, Chloe, was everything they wanted. Cheerleader, homecoming queen, social butterfly. Meanwhile I was quiet, bookish, introverted, the girl who spent weekends reading novels instead of attending parties. Mom constantly said, "Why can't you be more like Chloe?" At first, I tried. I really did. But eventually I realized something painful. No matter what I achieved, it was never enough. When Chloe earned a B+ in school, the family celebrated. When I earned straight A's, Dad asked why one grade wasn't higher. The standards were never equal. And as we grew older, the favoritism became impossible to ignore. When Chloe wanted a new car at 16, she got one. When I needed help paying college tuition, Dad called it a learning opportunity. Still, I worked hard. Scholarships, part-time jobs, internships. I eventually graduated with honors in environmental science. But according to my family, that wasn't impressive, because I didn't become a lawyer, or doctor, or corporate executive. Instead, I joined a nonprofit organization focused on clean water projects in struggling communities. I loved my work. It mattered. But my parents viewed it as failure. They constantly mocked my salary, my career, my choices, even my appearance. Family gatherings became emotional torture. And somehow every conversation ended with Chloe being praised and me being criticized. Then came Chloe's wedding, the biggest event our family had ever hosted. A luxury venue overlooking the ocean. White flowers everywhere, hundreds of guests, expensive decorations. Everything looked perfect. At least on the surface. The problem started before the ceremony even began. While helping organize seating arrangements, I overheard my mother speaking to one of her friends. She didn't realize I was nearby. Then she laughed and said, "Savannah has always been the difficult one. The difficult one." Amazing how families create labels and force children carrying them forever. I pretended not hearing it. Like always. But inside, it hurt. The ceremony itself went smoothly. Chloe looked beautiful. The guests applauded. Everyone smiled. Then came the reception. And everything changed. During dinner, speeches began. My father stood proudly holding a glass of champagne. At first he thanked guests. Then family. Then Chloe, the golden child. He praised her beauty, her success, her kindness. For nearly 10 minutes. Then unexpectedly, he mentioned me. The smile on his face felt wrong immediately. And then he said, "Every family has one disappointment. In ours, that's Savannah." The room laughed. Not everyone, but enough. Enough to break something inside me. Dad continued. Luckily Chloe balanced things out. More laughter. I stared at my plate. Humiliation flooded through me. My mother smiled proudly. Nobody defended me. Nobody. Not one person. I wanted. Leaving immediately. Then my phone vibrated. One text message. Unknown number. At first I ignored it. Then curiosity won. The message read, "Ms. Reed, please call me immediately. This concerns the Federal Water Initiative proposal." My heart stopped. Because 6 months earlier, my team submitted a groundbreaking environmental project proposal. One nobody expected getting approved. Competition was intense. Funding was limited. The chances felt impossible. Yet somehow, something told me answering mattered. I quietly stepped outside. The moment I returned the call, a woman answered. Her voice sounded excited, almost emotional. Then she said words changing everything. Congratulations. Your proposal has been selected. I froze. Completely. Then she continued. The government has approved full funding. I couldn't breathe. The grant totaled nearly $80 million. $80 million. Enough to provide clean drinking water to thousands of families across multiple states. Years of work. Years of sacrifice. Years of believing in something bigger than money. Finally rewarded. Tears filled my eyes instantly. The woman kept talking. Apparently media outlets planned covering the announcement. Government officials wanted speaking with me. Everything happened so fast. I stood outside staring at the ocean completely overwhelmed. Then another call arrived. This time from my executive director. She sounded ecstatic. Savannah, where are you? I explained. Then she laughed. Turn on the news. Confused, I opened a livestream on my phone. And there it was. My project. My name. National announcement. National recognition. Suddenly journalists started contacting me. Emails flooded my inbox. Messages appeared non-stop. My phone practically exploded. Meanwhile inside the ballroom, nobody knew. Yet, when I returned, the reception continued normally. But within minutes, whispers started spreading. Guests checked phones. Conversations shifted. Then one man approached our table. A city official. Someone important. He shook my hand enthusiastically. Congratulations, Savannah. My father looked confused. Congratulations for what? The official blinked. Then laughed. You don't know. Silence. He pulled out his phone. And showed the article. Headline. Local scientist leads historic $80 million clean water initiative. With my photo directly underneath. The room changed instantly. People gathered around. More phones appeared. More articles. More congratulations. The same guests laughing earlier now stared at me with admiration. Then a local reporter actually entered the reception. Looking for me. Specifically me. Not the bride. Not the groom. Me. My sister looked stunned. My parents looked completely shocked. And honestly, for once, nobody knew what to say. Then something unexpected happened. The wedding coordinator approached. Apparently government representatives wanted scheduling discussions immediately. One official even requested speaking publicly with me before leaving town. The project was that significant. Suddenly the family disgrace became the center of attention. Not because of wealth. Not because of status. Because of impact. Because helping people mattered. For years my parents measured success through money. Titles. Appearances. Now they watched hundreds of guests celebrating work they spent years mocking. Then Dad quietly asked, "This is real?" I looked directly at him. Very real. The expression on his face haunted me. Not anger. Regret. Because for the first time, he realized how badly he misjudged me. Later that evening, Mom found me alone near the garden. She looked uncomfortable, then whispered, "We're proud of you." Funny thing about delayed validation. Sometimes it arrives too late. I smiled politely, but something inside me had changed. Because I no longer needed their approval. The text message didn't make me valuable. I already was. The text simply forced everyone else to see it. Today, years later, the project continues helping thousands of families access clean drinking water. And my relationship with my parents? Better. Not perfect, but better. Because eventually they learned something important. Children aren't failures simply because their dreams look different. And sometimes the child labeled a disappointment becomes the one making the biggest difference in the world. Never measure your worth by someone else's expectations. People may misunderstand your path, mock your dreams, or underestimate your potential. But success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about staying true to your purpose long enough to prove yourself right. If this story touched your heart, thumbs up, like this video. Bell, subscribe for more emotional family drama stories. Speech balloon, comment below. Have you ever been underestimated by your own family and later proved them wrong? Crying heartbreak.